Hello everyone, welcome to Sujit Analytics. Today onwards, I'll be uploading videos related to SQL, Power BI, Python, and Excel. These videos are helpful for the students or freshers who want to begin learning data related tools like SQL, Python, and Excel. So I'll also post interview questions which are related to practical and coding questions. So if you don't want to miss any updates from me, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. In today's video, I'm going to explain what is DDL commands in SQL. Before that, going to the topic, I want you to explain what is database and what is SQL. A database. A database is nothing but a collection of structured data that is stored in the form of rows and columns in a tabular structure. Collection of structured data, which is stored in the form of rows and columns in tabular structure. Then my question is, why again database? We have the other tools like Excel, spreadsheet where we can store amount of the data, and also other flat files to store the data. Then why again database? Because in database we can store large amount of data in structured data especially. So after that we can perform the operations of the data whatever we need, including inserting the data, updating the data, and deleting the data, and retrieving the data. So that's why in real time most of the companies use databases to store their data. Let's understand what is SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It's a language that is used to communicate with the relational databases. Using SQL, we can talk to the database, like inserting the data, updating the data, retrieving the data in the databases. Structured Query Language used to insert, update, delete, and retrieve the data from relational databases. That is SQL. Now let's go on to the today's topic, which is DDL commands. For this tutorial, I am using SQL Server as a relational databases. You can use your own relational database, including MySQL, Oracle, which you are familiar with. So it is not an issue to use the specific relational database. If you want to download SQL Server, you can download it from Microsoft official page. Let's go into the today topic, DDL commands. First, I will explain what is DDL. DDL stands for Data Definition Language. It is used to create and modify the structure of the database. Data Definition Language. Used to create and modify the structure of database. In DDL, there are specific commands including create, alter, drop, and truncate. These are the major commands in DDL. Let's understand each command step by step. Let's understand what is create. Create is a command which is used to create the database objects, including tables, views, store procedures, indexes, and functions. Let's understand the syntax of creating a database using create command. Suppose I want to create a database. Create database, the database name. This is the syntax for creating the database. Let's create a database with name SQL database. Let's execute it. This already exists. SQL database already exists. So the different database. So the SQL database already existed. So we choose SQL database 2. Now it is created. Command completed successfully. It means the database is created. Now go to the Object Explorer. Once refresh the server, go to database. Now here see the SQL database 2 is created. Now we are created database. Now we are in the master database. You can here see it is master. Now I want to access this SQL database. For that there is a command in SQL Server or SQL which is use database. Our database name is SQL database 2. Execute command complete successfully. We are in the SQL database 2. Now we access this database. The next step is we have to create the tables in the database. For the creating the tables, there is a syntax we have to follow. Create table, table name, the open brackets followed by closed. In this, we have to give the column names, the data type, and the constraints or keys. First, we have to give the column name. Let's consider the column name is column 1, data type, and constraint or key. These are not mandatory. We can give based on our requirement. And next, the column 2 and the data type, and so on. If you want me to do any video in SQL data types, please comment below data types. I'll make sure to do a video on SQL data types. This is a syntax for creating the table. Let's create a table in the SQL database too. Create table. The table name would be, let's consider employees. The column name is imp id. I'm giving integer data type int and employee name which is varchar 30. The length of the character is 30. And next I'm giving hire date. The hire date data type is date and the salary which is int. This is the syntax for creating tables. Let's execute it. Command complete successfully means the table is created. Let's go to the database once, refresh. Let's go to the tables. Now see, here the table is created, which is dbo.employees. The DBO is the schema name, the owner, and the employees is the table name. Now the table is created. So this is about create command. I think you understand. Next we go to the alter command. Alter command is nothing but is used to modify the database structure. Using create we are creating the tables. Using alter modify the table structure, including the changing the column name, data type, and changing the constraint, etc. Modify the structure of database or table. Suppose in the employees table there are four columns: employee ID, employee name, hire date, and salary. I want to change the data type of salary to the float data type. For that, the syntax would be alter table. The table name would be employees, because we are modifying the employees table and we are modifying the column. That's why we have to give alter column. The column name would be salary. We are modifying the salary to float data type. Let's execute it. Command completed successfully. Now data type is changed. To verify that the data type is changed, in SQL Server there is a inbuilt store procedure. Using that we can know the table structure or table definition. This sp underscore help of the table name, which is employees. Let's execute it. Now see the salary column is the database changed to float. This is about alter command. Let's understand what is truncate. Truncate is nothing but it simply delete all the data from the table, including the structure, and it recreates the structure. Means deletes all the data. This deletes structure and recreates. So truncate nothing but it is deletes all the data in the table with the structure itself and recreate the structure again. Suppose in the employees table there is no data, but we consider for as of now there is some data. Suppose I want to delete all the data from the employees table. For that the syntax would be truncate table and the table name. The table name would be employees. Let's execute it. Command completed successfully. Means the data is truncated from the table. So this is about truncate command. Now let's go to the next command, which is drop. Drop is nothing but it is used to drop the tables, views, all the database objects from the database permanently. With the delete, we are just deleting the data in the tables. But using drop, we are dropping the whole table from the database. Drops the database objects from the database. Database objects means nothing but store procedures, indexes, tables, views, triggers. These are called database objects. Suppose we have the employees tables in the SQL database too. Now I want to drop the table. The syntax would be drop table and the table name. The table name would be employees. Let's execute. Command complete successfully means the table is dropped from the database. Let's check. Let's refresh the database. Now see, there's no tables. Means the table is dropped from the database. This is about drop command and the DDL commands. Create, alter, drop, truncate. And that's all for today. I hope you learned something. If you believe you learned something today, don't forget to give a like, share it with your friends who are learning SQL, and also comment below if you have any doubts. And make sure to subscribe to my channel, Sujit Analytics. And that's all. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.